Here are 15 survival tips in 5 minutes. Did you know when your lighter got wet and doesn't work anymore, there is a simple trick to make it work again. After you shook the lighter, you can open the metal cover for better access, blow out the moist, rub it on clothes, and it will work again. Now, you can put the cover back on. If you need safe water, just find a tree, put a plastic bag over as many leaves as possible, and tie the open end of the bag tightly. This works best when the leaves are in the sun. Important, make sure the tree isn't poisonous. After a few hours, fresh water will condense on the inside of the bag. This water is now safe to drink. If you damage or lose your shoes, you will get injured and be unable to walk. Many people think they are hard to replace, but there is a simple trick. Just take 2 plastic bottles, open the cap, and step on them. Pull your socks over the bottle. You can also use rope for this. Now you have improvised shoes. It's not ideal, but they protect you from serious injuries. Because in harsh conditions, improvising can make the difference between life and death. Did you know that when you scrape the fibers of your sock, you can use this dry material to start a fire? You can combine it with birch bark for even better results. If you use a knife to carve wood or make curls in stressful situations, you can use this technique for more control. Just smash a knife into a tree stump. This technique is used by US Rangers and Scouts to make wooden chips or use a fire steel. This is also good for beginners because this technique can reduce accidents. Never use your tool like a fool. Some people use their axe as a multi-tool to dig a hole. Stop. Even in a survival situation, you make your blade dull and risk damaging your axe. Use a stick instead. Just sharpen it. This will work as good as the axe, and you still have a sharp blade for chopping and splitting wood. This is how to boil water in almost every container. Many people believe that without a pot, you cannot heat water enough to make it safe. As shown on my channel, you can boil it with hot stones, but this may take a while. You can also fill it in a thin-walled vessel and put it directly into the fire. I tried it with different containers. Important. In this process, water can get dirty. Therefore, you can filter it. Simply use a tissue. Fill a container with the dirty water, roll up the tissue, and put one end in the dirty water and the other in a second container, placed a little bit below. You can repeat this construction for cleaner water. Now wait a little. The clean water will slowly drip into the mug below. Never split a match in half. Some survival experts say that splitting your last match will double the chances to start a fire, but this is dangerous. First, matches are bad survival fire starters because once they are wet, they won't work. Carry a magnesium rod instead. If you only have matches, use 2 or 3 at once. Half a match will easily break and you will lose all your chances. In long-time survival, most people forget about hygiene. This is a big mistake. Did you know that you can easily improvise dental floss? Just cut paracord and pull out one of the white inner strands. Now use it to slide between your teeth. The rule of threes says that you can only survive 3 weeks without food, but there is a simple trick. First, find a bottle, cut a big opening, use a knife to make little holes for water flow, and secure it with rope. Put stones inside so that it can sink. Throw it into the river and wait. After 2 hours, you will have fish. Before you protect yourself against wild animals, you must be prepared. If you do not have access to pepper spray, use a walking stick to have protection when needed. You can also build a throwing star. Just cut 2 branches, sharpen them, mark the middle, cut a small notch, put them together, tie them together with rope or cable ties. Now you have a primitive but effective weapon against wild animals. US Ranger never throw away their MRE plastic spoon. In the field, they receive ready-made food packages containing plastic spoons. Survival experts advise to keep the spoon after using it. In a survival situation, you can use it to make small chips that serve as highly flammable tinder, which can ignite even in wet and windy conditions. Be aware, the fumes are toxic. Only use this technique if you have to. To keep mosquitoes away, you can take fresh coffee powder or a tree sponge and ignite it. The sponge can be placed in a metal can with holes to hang it in your camp. The smell of the smoke will keep the mosquitoes away. An easy way to get clean water is using a pen. If you find safe but dirty water in a survival situation, there is a simple trick to get it clean. Open the pen, remove the mine and the spring, and fill it with cattail seeds or a tampon. Now the pen serves as a filter straw and you can drink dirty water. Practice your skills because you can be good or can be lucky, but you cannot be trained to be lucky.